Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the West East Podcast. My name is Amanda, and I am joined by the one and only Dr. Art. Good morning, Dr. Art. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. So tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Every week I call you and I bug you about something else. Well, today we are actually going to talk about something that is permanent, that is usually meaningful, that has a long history. Am I being vague enough? Today we're going to talk about tattoos. I was going to say tattoos, I think, are something West and East has in common. But also there's a heat wave in Toronto right now. So we have a couple things in common because I think we're almost at Mumbai weather. So
I think universe is preparing for you for India,
Yes, absolutely. And the whole city with me. So everyone will have to come to India. That's what this means. But yes, today we will talk about tattoos. Do you have tattoos?
Yes.
I do too. How do you feel about like tattoos? Obviously you have one, so I'm assuming you're okay with them, but were you always okay with tattoos? Did you always want one? Or
So as a kid, I didn't understand the concept. So I have seen many people judgment around the tattoos, they consider the people with tattoos rebellious or the irresponsible kind of, or they are like lack of sanskriti, like they are not, they have Western influence, and I have been myself, judged for that. But as I grew up and I saw it as art, and I wanted to, experience the part, and something which I felt like will connect me to the universe. So I don't know, that time I didn't have that much deep thought, but that felt it felt right as an instinct to do it, and then I did it out of instinct. It was not plan as
yeah, you I guess like had the inclination. You thought, okay, now's the right time, and you went for it.
Yep.
That's awesome. Somebody once told me that before you get a tattoo, you should picture the design that you want and the placement, like where on your body you want the tattoo, and then you should do nothing for 1 year. And like I'm assuming 1 year was just because that's a long period of time, especially
it is permanent. Yeah, I understand.
Yes, yeah. So that because if you still at the end of that year want the tattoo, then now you can save up for it because they're certainly not cheap.
Funny part is, for me, it I told you, I did it out of instinct. So where to get it done and what the symbol and everything was already in my mind, and I was very sure that if I get old and if I see it, I'll be okay with it.
And that's so key. Can I just tell you, sometimes some of the tattoos I see on people, no judgment. It's literally your body. It's your choice. But I always think like, oh, I wonder how you'll feel about that, like when you're older. Is it something like, how is it received in your family? And like for me, my grandparents were very much against tattoos. But there's like family members that have them. So like my mom's cousin, my great uncle had it on his hands too. So, it was like mixed messaging for me growing up. Some people had them, but other people in the family were saying no, it's not something that people get. And they said only, I think my family used to say only criminals get tattoos. And then I would list the people in our family that had tattoos, and they would say, well, they're okay. They're not criminals.
So for me, funny part is, I was very scared of my dad finding out and not letting me do the tattoo. So I only told my mom that I think I didn't tell my mom also. After I got the tattoo, I told my mom. That was the first act of something which I did without. I usually we are very well communicated. It's not out of any fear or anything. It's just how we roll.
Oh.
The bond we have is such,
relationship.
So this was the one thing I didn't tell them, and then I think they acted it very nicely. The only thing my dad was worried about is because there is like you can get HIV or hepatitis B if you
Yes.
use the needles, if
Needles.
the needle is not proper. So the only concern I think was him of that, but I paid extra for the
Yeah.
separate needle, so it was, I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
And
I think you would know by now.
yeah, and
Yeah. Yeah.
other thing, very surprisingly, my like I never saw it as a tattoo, but my grandmother had, in traditionally we called it like trajva or chundana, we call it, traditional things. She had her on her body, hands, neck, and feet, like that was
Oh,
like tattooing actually, one on one
so
India.
there's a history,
Yeah,
like
and
a
I never saw it that way. Now, when we are speaking, it came to me that, oh, that was a tattoo.
yeah. Wow, that's very cool. Like that's very I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued and did you ever ask her about them or did she tell you
Yeah,
about
so
like what the
I still
history
remember
is?
as a like we used to like as a kid. Sometimes I used to help her write the like prayer songs. She used to collect them, so she wanted it written in very nice handwriting. So she'll get it the books from others, and I will write them down for her in her notebook in clear handwriting. So we have that one bond. So that time I saw it, and out of curiosity, I asked her, "Why did you get it done?" And she was like, "I don't know. Everybody was getting it done, so I also got it done." And she said, "The guy came with had some something in the bowl, some black color, and then."
Mm.
There was a needle. They will heat the needle and they'll rip it, and then they'll do it with the needles. And she had it like on the ankle, till the ankle, on the feet, and then from the back of the hand till the elbow she had, and around neck I think I remember very few dots were there, but it used to look beautiful on her because she was very fair.
Well, it sounds like it'd be very striking. Like, what a unique for me that seems very unique. Like I said one of my great uncles had like tattoos, but I'm pretty sure his were from the war and he had like
Yeah,
a couple and apart from that I don't know. Like most of the people that in my family, if they have a tattoo, they have it somewhere where they can cover it up. And intentionally, I have mine like my arms and my leg, but intentionally so that like if I'm going to like office or something, I can wear like a blouse or you know what I mean, pants, and
it will be
you
covered.
you
Yeah.
can't see them. Yeah. Um. But But wow, I would feel so cool if my grandmother had tattoos like that. And what an interesting like and a cool
Yeah.
story behind it too.
So when you told me to, like we are going to speak about tattoo, that connected me to her. Like, oh, that was also, we can consider it as a tattoo.
Yes.
Then I researched something. So it is actually a traditional way of some of the tribe in Gujarat, like Rabaris and Mer. They usually do it for it's considered like every woman should get it done because it's cultural significance.
Oh wow. And like when do you know when that changed? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean, or how long ago that was?
Oh, I think I have seen it my whole life. So it's way beyond it's like from
Yeah.
years, many years. And I think still they do it. Not as much, but they do it. Even the earrings they wear
Yeah.
is very specific. The outfit they wear is very specific.
So, well, I mean, there's like India is like the oldest civilization,
Yeah,
so there's no shortage of history and culture, and I'm not surprised to hear that includes tattoos, but
yeah.
I'm certainly like kind of like delighted. Like I want
So
to know more.
so when you said it goes way beyond, like, because some of the Bihar people used to do face tattoo to protect the female from the Mughals, because if you have tattoo then you are not aesthetically pleasing as per
Mm,
interpretation of them, so Mughals will not pick you up, like they will not
yeah,
it was like to protect
it's
them.
like defense.
Then in Nagalaya
Yeah.
also they used to do the tattoos where it was like for the tribals will be like how many hunting or the killing you do, that many tattoos you get it done. So the more the tattoos, the more you are brave or strong to represent
Mm,
that.
mm.
Then even in Chhattisgarh there is some tribe called Ram Nami tribe. So apparently they in ancient India they were not allowed to go in temples because of the caste system. So what they did
Oh wow.
yeah, so what they did was like Ram is everywhere. So they covered their body into Ram, like from neck to toe. So it's written Ram, 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 and they,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and they tribe, like each tribe member or each the same caste system will do the tattoo. Right now, I don't think they follow
Right.
whole body because of the job and everything, but they do Ram. They write Ram somewhere. That's what I've heard.
On their body. And that'll please Ram and Hanuman if you
Yeah.
do that.
And even Bega tribe is also very famous for the tattoo. Even Bengal, they do the tattoos for the evil eye. And like, if you go, it's a very big topic to cover, and like many, many, many significance. And you know how they used to prepare the dye in the ancient time? They used to burn
Oh,
something and use the lamp black or the soot based pigments, and then they will add
and
beetle
then tap
juice,
that in the skin.
beetle leaf juice,
Yeah.
or cow milk or mother's milk, or castor oil, and they used to make. And they used to either use the thorn of a big cactus or the needle for tattooing.
So it's not like those electric tattoo guns that they
How
use these
it will be
days.
there?
It's like
It
one
will
for
be
one.
very
No,
simple, a ball
obviously.
full of pigment
Yeah.
and the needle. I still remember my grandmother telling me
Yeah.
that, and I was like, needle, really? You like, she was covered in it? And I remember her, like, I
Yeah.
imagine, can
How
imagine
long it would
how
take.
painful it must be,
Yeah. But I feel like, especially depending on the ritual,
Mm-hmm.
that like seeing somebody with tattoos and knowing that they went through that pain would be quite intimidating to, like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Someone trying to overtake the tribe. Because you can look at people and say, okay, they're tough enough to withstand that willingly,
yeah.
right? So
And
they must be tough.
yeah.
Hmm.
And one of the like, I forgot, I read about it, but I forgot the place where in India. I think Madhya Pradesh or somewhere. I don't know. I have to find it out. But they usually, like, as per your ages, like woman is getting 16 or 12, depending on the age, they'll get the tattoo. Like first they'll start with forehead, then neck, then back, something like that.
Oh
I
wow!
need to
So
find out the
it's
exact
even.
place. Yeah. Where was it? I forgot about it. But it's
But
very
I like that. It's
intriguing,
like
no?
a
Yeah.
system. Yeah, absolutely. Well, like in history that I've seen for tattoos, I've mostly seen it used as like a punishment. That, like,
Yeah.
I think it was like in ancient Italy, prisoners were tattooed. Like in ancient Rome, prisoners were tattooed. So if you had a tattoo, it was the mark of, like,
Oh.
you were a prisoner.
But
Um,
India, I don't think it is a
uh,
punishment.
no, no, no. It's quite the opposite. It sounds like a
It's like,
celebration,
yeah,
or like a
celebration,
way of
or the like
uniting.
a milestone,
Um,
or the identity, or
yes.
like protection, or sometimes what I heard is like you take your tattoos to afterlife also. That's what I have heard and read. So
Oh,
I think that
awesome.
was the thing which goes with you if you
Yeah,
believe in that.
I like that. Oh, I got one for my dad, so when I get to see him in the afterlife, I can show him then if it
Yep.
comes with me. uh, that's I like that. I now believe in that too.
Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, how do we get from it being part of, like, the culture, you know what I mean, ingrained in, like, the fiber of the community, to tattoos becoming this taboo thing. Everybody always said, if you have tattoos, you'll never get a job. Um, and then now it's also shifted back, I guess, where
Yeah,
people,
people have
now
the
it's like
tattoos.
a
Yeah.
it's like a decoration. Yeah, it's
So
like wearing a different shirt. Oh, I have a tattoo.
maybe it was the understanding of the tattoos, like because our ancient India, like I am from India, that's why I'm talking about from here. Like I think it was
Hmm.
very olden times, and then people stopped doing it. Like not everyone was doing it, so it was considered. And then Western influence was much more, so people were scared of losing their identity or the culture. So that was the fear, I think, connected that
Yeah,
tattoo is bad, Like I still remember I
yeah.
was being judged for my tattoo, and say the my one of my like internship person said that what work she will do, she has a tattoo. Like
Uh,
how this, she will never be responsible. And I was like, I didn't say anything, but that time, the first time, I felt the judgment of tattoo.
Yeah.
and people have outcasted me for a while in that time, but then they saw me
Wow.
and saw my work, and then I was accepted later on.
Then they changed their
Yeah,
tune.
and even one of my
Um.
friend, faced the same kind of judgment. She has very my tattoo is still big. She had very small tattoo, like one dot. She one dot and two lines or something significance. She did some Native American symbols or something,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
she went to Japan, and in Japan she was banned to use the public school because she was having that. She said, "I'm sorry,
Because she
ma'am."
had. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
she said, "I'm sorry, ma'am. We cannot let you use the pool because your tattoo is exposed, and we cannot let everyone see it. We won't allow."
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So many people would not be able to use that pool if they were North American. I was looking up. Apparently, it's like one in
I didn't
seven
know
in
that
North
kind of
America
things
has a
could happen.
tattoo.
This is way long, I think 10, 15 years, 10, 20 years back, I think. But still, at that
Mm.
time when I heard about it, it was it's shocking for me. And I was like, oh my God, I have big tattoo. Where will I go?
Yes. Well, I used to be in like plays in university, and I when I got my first tattoo, I was still in school, so I had to cover it up for performances. So you can cover them up, but oh my gosh, it used to take so much time, and like I felt like could be really good at Photoshop because I
Mm-hmm.
had to understand how to like mask the colors with different colors and then cover it, even it out to my skin tone, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like a whole process. But yeah, now I feel like having tattoos is, I guess, less taboo. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
I think
because
now it
we
has become more more people want to get it done, and there are more. I don't know the reasons to get it done, but it's like more a kind of a fashion
Mhm.
thing right now, or the
Yes,
self-expression, you can
fashion,
say. Like people
memories.
express through their
Yeah.
tattoo. Like if something happens, if I like depending on the dates, the spouse or the parents, they write it depending
Hmm.
on their like faith, belief. They make a tattoo. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's become like memories, like to
Yeah,
mark like, oh, my
dates
the
or
birth of
yeah,
my child,
yeah,
or my pet passed away or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just for a family member, for a loved one, or like an important date. I also feel like it maybe because it's more common now, people are less and less concerned. And if you think about it, the workforce always gets younger in the sense that people retire, so now
Hmm.
the people who are in those higher positions and are hiring, they themselves might have tattoos.
Yeah, I understand.
So maybe they sort of change their mind, right? But it used to just be artists back in the day, like, or entrepreneurs could have
Yeah,
tattoos because they hire themselves.
yeah. But
uh,
people. I like as I'm a doctor, I feel like people should know few things like just to be
yes.
protected. Where you are getting it done is very important. The needle or the gun they use should be sterilized, and aftercare, before care,
Yes.
everything should be proper. Otherwise, you can land up in the trouble.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So like what kind of stuff, so you want to make sure that the tattoo artist, their gun sterilized, they're opening like a new pack of needle, right? So
Plus
that
the
it's
dye,
the first time that
yeah,
needle's
the
used is
dye
on
they
you.
use,
Yeah.
they might get allergy reaction
Hmm.
to that also sometimes. And afterwards
Ah,
also skin
okay.
reaction, skin infection if they don't keep the
Yeah.
cleaning of the tattoo.
Yes, that's very important. Wrap
Initial,
that,
yeah,
put
initial
the
few
vitamin
days.
E
Yeah.
cream on it. Yeah, definitely. Be careful in the sun,
Mm-hmm.
right? For the first like little bit, because your skin's very sensitive afterwards. I like that. Maybe we can end with do you know of any common symbols for tattoos, or any common designs that like, I feel like I've seen a million and one rose tattoos, um or
In
like
India, you
people
will
get like a
see,
cross, or
yeah. In
yeah.
India, most common you will see Om, Ram, and yeah,
Yes.
that is very
Uh,
very common. And Dad, Mom, Ma is very common. People get it, but Om is the one symbol which I have seen the most. Yeah.
well, I mean, maybe I should get an Om tattoo. I think you just gave me a really good idea. uh, because that's a beautiful symbol to get. Yeah, I know that they'll have like books of design, so people usually have like stars. But I'll tell you the funniest tattoo that I ever heard of or saw. My dad was an entrepreneur, and he had like his work partner who ran the business with him at one point. Had a tattoo of a teardrop on like the inside of his finger. And when my dad asked why, I think it was on his pointer finger on the inside, it was so that he could put his finger below his eye, like, oh, are you crying? And there was actually a teardrop on his finger, and I thought that was the funniest thing I
So,
ever heard.
so I don't know if you have seen it. What you are saying, it reminds me of there was one show called Practical Jokers. I don't know if you have seen. There are
Yes,
four friends
yeah,
who prank each other, and
yeah,
so one of
in
the
New
friend,
York.
I think Sal, had to get a tattoo done on the thigh of some friend. I think it was Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith. I think he had to get a tattoo of him because he lost
Because
the.
he lost the
Yeah. Oh my
episode.
God. That is some commitment,
There's
you know.
also there's the famous back tattoo I think Steve-O got in the Jackass movie. That was just a huge tattoo because he lost that bet.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we could do a whole other episode on that. There's a ton of reality shows too, folks. If you're interested in wasting some time, or maybe I don't want to say wasting and judge, but I'm saying like wasting as in you could be watching anything, but you could also choose to watch these tattoo shows where people choose the design for their friend. There's like a
Yeah.
million and one
It's art
iterations of
actually.
them, but
It has both
mhm,
the dark and light side to it. It's not that all
yes,
bad things as people portray it. People consider it as a art also, you know. It has a meaning also.
yeah,
Depending on how you
yes,
look
I
at it and how
completely
you
agree.
feel about it.
Yes. I like most things that's the balance of free will is it's your choice. So are you choosing responsibly or are you choosing recklessly?
Yeah.
Um do you have a final word for us today, Dr. Art?
That's it. Choose wisely.
That's it. Choose wisely. That's a perfect one. I think that that's a good place
To end.
to wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Folks, do you have any tattoos? You can like let us know in the comments, or if you have like a crazy tattoo story. I know that there's probably a bunch of them. We missed, not missed, but there's so much in this topic we could have talked about. We decided to focus on this, and I think it was a really good, for me at least, like I was a really good learning
Mm-hmm.
about some history of tattoos, because I know native tribes in North America get tattoos, but I don't know enough about the history to be able to speak to it the way you did. So
Even
thank you
I
so much,
learned it
Dr.
this
Art, for
week
doing
only.
that.
Like after we decided, I had to, because, and that amuses me also.
Look
Like,
it
oh,
up.
I didn't know about this, you know.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so it wasn't just me that got
No.
something out of it. You did too. I'm
Yep.
happy, and hopefully you did as well, viewers. So that would be it for us this week. We will be back at it again next week with another episode. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Say bye, Dr. Art.
Bye, Dr. Art.
Bye, everybody.
So one for my city, two for my city. God knows what I wouldn't do for my city. Three for my city, four for my city. No, I'm the one who'd go to war for my city. Five for my city, six is my city. Holla at me if y'all vibe with my city. Come try on my city, don't you lie in my city. Symbol of truth, I'll fight for my city.
The West East podcast is part of the We campaign, also known as Anti-East Indian Hate Campaign by Vairagya Entertainment. You can weigh in on the conversation in the meantime in our comments section or on our social media. You can also visit www.imshivam.net/w.e. Remember, Vasudev Kutumbakam. We are all one family. Until next time.